Now, this is the game I think most of us are going to be tuning in for tomorrow. Do I believe that Aston Villa is going to overcome a 2-goal deficit? Unlikely. Am I going to tune in for some beautiful Luis Enrique ball? Absolutely. UCL second leg predictions, let's get into it. Now, the statistics from the first leg last week paint a pretty interesting picture. I thought while watching the game that if Aston Villa did not concede 3, then they had a chance to come back at home. And despite the lack of possession, despite the lack of shots, Aston Villa actually created one more big chance than PSG. That, of course, they failed to convert. I think people have to bear in mind that Luis Enrique is committed to ultra-attacking football. And he is very good at it. Even last season in the Champions League when PSG lost to Dortmund, it's not because they didn't have chances, it's not because they didn't have the majority of possession. It's because A, Dortmund defended well, and B, the crossbar has beef with PSG players. There will be long periods where the opposition will be forced to defend, for 20-25 minute stretches at times. And there will be few chances that the opposition will get on the counter-attack. So it's about digging deep, sitting back and waiting to attack. Waiting for that one chance where you are through on goal and to be clinical. That is how the majority of teams are going to beat Luis Enrique's PSG. And Aston Villa were doing quite well until they took their eye off the ball in the last few minutes and Nuno Mendes scored that brilliant goal. So yes, they barely had any possession, but they did have opportunities. And there were times that they advanced forward a lot more than Liverpool did during that first leg. They either just made the wrong pass or were not clinical in front of goal. But given that it's a 2-0 deficit, I think it will be tricky for Aston Villa to overturn, which is why I'm predicting a draw. Now, I think both teams are going to get chances. I think both teams will find the back of the net. But as I said, I do think PSG makes it through this tie. But hey, when you're playing at home in the Champions League with your supporters behind you, there is always a chance of a comeback. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Again, unlikely, but stranger things have happened. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more.